Right. Let me do my usual. Mic is okay. Game audio is fine. And good evening. Probably not up for speaking too much tonight. Though I'll probably just be speaking as we are doing Murong Yuan, which should be the entirety of today's stream. I just want to get her down so that we can actually start exploring the rest of Kaifeng, because I feel like after, like, my plan is that after I get Murong Yuan, I'll probably start exploring these areas, which have a bunch of collectibles, dungeons, and other stuff. There's even an old boss over here. But knowing me, if I get caught up on an old boss, I want to jump into trials again and try to get a no-hit there. So maybe instead of that, what I'd actually do is try to get the Kaifeng areas to 100% as much as I can. Do a detailed run through these areas, because there are a bunch of stuff. And very low numbers here for some reason in a lot of places, including the disguise quest, which I haven't quite figured out just yet. But yeah, today's stream will be entirely practicing Murong Yuan. I do like the fight. I think it's one of the better boss fights, especially phase 1. Phase 2, however, I am less keen on. Not a fan of double boss fights, and that bird, I can already see that bird being a lot of trouble for trying to do a no-hit run here. I'm just gonna practice the parries a bit and try to get her counter move timing right, because I keep messing that up. Oh, I think there was a problem with the loading there. My weapons actually didn't load on time. So that took me out for a bit, because I was just slashing with thin air for a second. Yeah, as a boss fight, I do like Murong a lot. I feel like she's one of the better boss fights, especially in phase 1. Not exactly sure why I'm missing that pair. I'm looking for a tell for a counter move that allows me to defend against it properly, but I'm not finding a proper tell for it. Nope, sneeze coming on. Yeah, the air quality around the multis has been like really bad lately. I've been even wearing a mask when I go out, and it wasn't a thing before, but now I feel like it's actually a lot safer to always wear a mask when you're going out. Feels like it's constant flu season. Oh, I tried to parry that. It's easier to do when you can hear the sound cue for it, but not as much when the sound cue is not there. And that's the reason why I try to move in each time when I'm doing that attack. Sometimes those slashes can hit you from very odd angles if you're not directly next to Murong. Stare deep into her eyes after the dodge. I gotta admit, the perfect dodge on the twin blades is so nice. It feels very epic when you actually get it down. I should be using it more because the twin blades seem to work so well with the perfect dodge. But I'm so used to parrying, I feel like it messes up my timing when I do the dodge on random slashes. The last slash is always safe though. Okay, come on. That might be a safer way to deal with this, but what about the second slash? Yeah, even the second slash is a lot safer for me to dodge. Like, there's really no need for me to parry it on twin blades. But I guess it's gonna be a different thing if I'm on the rope dart. Because the rope dart doesn't have that extra time slow you get from pairing with dodging with the twin blades. It seems to be a twin blade specific thing. Yeah, I feel like I dodged these better than I actually parry them. Okay, weird. Too early. Still a lot to refine before we can get a no-hit in this fight. so close to her. The attack is kind of fumbled. It's a bit weird when I'm at the edge of the arena. I might need to slowly make my way towards the center to avoid any weirdness with her attack patterns, because it feels like the closer you are to the edge of the arena, the odder her attack patterns can get. Okay, camera, calm down. When does that happen anyway? It's happened on a few bosses. Well, not a few, only on Wolf Maiden 2. The camera would suddenly just flip back. I wonder if the character's camera is somehow clipping through the boss's hitbox, actual body box. And that sort of forces the camera to actually momentarily swing behind the boss. Such an odd thing. I guess I need to take a look at the footage to make sure, because that's what I feel like happened. It's like temporarily just flipping to this side. The boss is tired, it's working. Okay, Lex, how have you been? How has the Moldavian air been treating you? Lots of haze going around these days. I'm just wondering why occasionally that camera glitches happen. That's what I was talking about before. It feels like it happens when I'm a little too close to the boss. It's on you till you don't go out. Hey, if you do go out, my recommendation is just wear a mask or something. I almost feel like it's a constant flu season now if you're not wearing a mask. Is it really that high? Interesting. Just getting hit by everything now. Oh, I like this. It's for the same reason, right? I like a lot of bosses that actually feint with their attacks, and she's one of those bosses which does that. She has a few moves where it seems like she'll attack her instantly, but she delays a bit just to throw you off. In general, her first phase is just great, right? It almost reminds me of fighting Sephiroth a bit, because her moveset is very similar. She even has a Heaven's Fall-like move in phase 2. And the music is great in first phase, but phase 2 is a bit of a... It's very messy. I was just practicing to get her moves down for her no-hit run. Yeah, this move too. After she throws the sword, when she comes to grab it, it almost feels like she's going to attack you instantly, but she actually jumps and then attacks you. So there's sort of a feint there too. And she likes to combine quick hits with very slow hits, which makes it a fun fight to learn. I think I have a good handle on phase 1. It's phase 2, which is going to be problematic for various reasons. Yeah, I'm really reminded of Sephiroth in this video. Because phase 2 is a double boss fight and it can get very annoying. And even more Sephiroth XP if you thought it might not be a Sephiroth reference. And there's your Heaven's Fall. The delay on that bird attack.
去。气术到。
I think she uses a lot of moves from her phase 1, which makes it relatively easy to learn. It's just you have to be very careful with the bird. And try to angle the bird to the same location as Murong. Because if you don't, you're gonna get hit by her attack afterwards. Because the camera automatically cuts to her.
气术到。礼乐灭息，圣人饮福，莫术心。
This is what I mean. Even though it had automatically locked on to Murong, I was actually fighting the bird.
气术到。
What's worse is that unlike other fights, where the stagger system is usually where you input as much damage as possible, because it's a double boss fight, you kind of want to just stagger them out immediately. They get weird if you don't. Ah, the little flourish.
气术到。
The guy can do like a few hits before the bird comes into the rescue. In some cases, I feel like the devs even knew that it kind of gets annoying, because they have simplified her moveset considerably during this phase. She's not doing the rest of her attacks. Yeah, okay, let's actually try it for real this time instead of the practice mode. I still need to do it on hard mode first, so it doesn't quite matter then even if we do get hit. It usually takes me a clear on hard mode, a clear on Abyss before I can get a no hit. She is one of my favorite bosses though, so I do not mind retrying her as much. And we might almost be done with the entirety of the bosses in the game. Though I hear the final boss is very challenging. Gambit Beneath the Shimmer. They're not even showing what they look like now. Because I remember... yeah, they're not showing it anymore. I remember when I first started, they actually had a portrait of the bosses, so it kind of spoiled who we were fighting a bit. Like, it's still there on Puppeteer and Snake Doctor. And well, on a lot of them. But they made the story bosses or the campaign bosses less visible now. But yeah, I think it's like including Murong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more bosses to do in the entire game. And then we can finally get on to other video games, or maybe I'll just spend some time actually trying to 100% the rest of Kai Feng. I put a nice bow on completion for it. Hard on 4 minutes. 10 deflections in a single path.
图纸，是你要阻挠男，事已至此，不必多说。
Oh, come on. Why's my timing off? Ow. Let's heal up before we go to... never mind, I can't even heal for some reason. Like, starting phase 2 on low health is kind of dangerous, because it's very easy to get hit by her cannon blasts. And by the Wooden Eagle's cannon blasts. And I'll leave the cutscene playing since it's the first time we're going into phase 2. In this stream, I mean.
灰飞烟灭之间，尚能有此一战，这才叫死而无憾。去！
Ow.
Qi Shu Da!
Now we already shifted into the bird. Ow. Yep. There's always that weird... I don't even know why it's happened. I feel like when we're doing the actual fight, there's a bit of a drop in performance in phase 2, and it sort of kind of always messes me up a bit.
是你篡改了图纸，是你要阻挠男，事已至此，不必多说。
Oh, Twin Blades just eats up her HP. I always thought that Mo Blade was the better weapon to go, because it does a lot of damage, but DPS weapons actually do crazy amounts of damage too. Ow.
七、数、大。
Did we shift the bird? We did, but the camera's not changed. Yeah, I think its camera automatically heads to the bird and I can deal with it. And if I do attack Murong, it feels like her hate is a little too high, so she doesn't back off. If the way the phase works is that normally the boss will actually back off once they swap. It's like they're tagging out each other. So if Murong commands the Wooden Eagle to attack, he actually stops attacking. Murong actually backs off for a bit. Actually, he's considerably less aggressive, but that's not the case here. If I keep attacking, she's actually following up. Is not as ideal.
是你篡改了图纸，是你要阻挠男，事已至此，不必多说。
Oh, what? I was not expecting to get hit by the attack. That's why I'm so surprised. Ow. Okay. Immediate death. It's left and then right there, not right and left. That was my bad. Might not even need to use poison. I think I'll avoid using poison until I'm closer to getting a no-hit, because I am getting it during phase 1. Although it will make phase 1 take a bit longer.
你篡改了图纸，是你要阻挠男，事已至此，不必多说。
Too early. Got a little panicked. Yeah, it's a longer fight without the poison divine craft. A counter move, I activated it. I'm getting hit all over phase 1 now. Let's heal up first before we go to phase 2. Yeah, there we go. Left and then right, left and then right. Easiest way to dodge the initial cannon fire. I got hit. Oh, right, I forgot. I forgot about the cannon blasts. Now she's swapped with the bird. Doing this fight Doing this fight actually with everything might be a lot more challenging than I was thinking. On 2.4 minutes, I mean. No, okay. Oh, come on. That started completely throwing me off.
礼乐灭息，圣人饮福，莫寿星。
Swap with the bird. Forgot. Okay, the bird's stuck, isn't it? Camera, please. Oh, just barely under 4 minutes. I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of don't want to try and do that under 4 minutes again. I'd rather just take my time to know her. Cry of Valor. What achievement is that? I'm also not exiting the boss arena, interestingly enough. Game, are you okay? I feel like you're suffering some... Maybe I can't actually adjust it here. Some connection issues. Oh, that's probably why I'm still stuck in the area. I'm actually facing some sort of connection issue. Because normally after you clear a trial, the game will automatically just teleport you back out. But I am definitely facing a bit of a hang because it's not even exiting me from out the arena until much, much later. There we go. Can I actually check what that achievement was for? Cleared trial gymming pool hard. Okay, like not for doing anything special per se. I wonder if there is anything special. Just Abyss. Quick to the draught. Wandering the jungle at leisure. What does this have to do? Get poisoned on your first ring 5 times in Fortune Beyond Parlor. I haven't done that at all. Reach Mythic and rank 1. Right. Let's go check our trials menu again. What else do we have to do here? Get hit. Oh, well, technically, just don't get hit is the answer. It is nice that Murong is actually giving us an inner way chest. I do like that. You did not. It makes it worth doing the Abyss challenges just because you're getting those. And I don't think there's any other boss actually which gives us... Well, no, there are bosses which gives us that. Oop. Not you. Surprisingly, it's Fang Ruji. I was not expecting her to give us that. And Gambit Binid Shimmer is giving us a draw. The rest of these guys are giving tuning stones, which we'll probably need for when we reach level cap. I've been saving a lot of that stuff and just feeding the extra equipment that we've been farming at stamina. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do once I reach max level, because my whole intention of playing the game was just to play it solo and just get all the bosses down, perfect all of them, have fun in the meantime, exploring the world, I mean, and interacting with the casual stuff. But a lot of my friends have also been encouraging me to do the multiplayer stuff. I kind of don't want to, mainly because of our location, and the ping is kind of terrible. Like, I'll see people teleporting all over the place. I'm not. That was initially on release, and a few weeks after release. I tried multiplayer content then, but I'm not sure that whether they improve the ping to this general area afterwards. Right? If you're playing an MMO or something, it's better to just play on PC for me, because I can actually use VPNs to make it at least a lot more bearable than when I'm playing on console. So yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do after clearing the map and the bosses. I might just call it for Women's Meet then, like put a nice little bow on it, and then move on to Death Stranding finally, because that has been taking a bit of a backlog. And I just realized, like recently, I was like, you know what? Let me stream Death Stranding for a change. And apparently, at some point, I actually uninstalled Death Stranding. I'm guessing it's to actually download Women's Meet on console. So I'll have to remove something to get back Death Stranding. Anyway, tangent aside, let's go back and practice Murong Yuan a lot more. I need to not get it hit in both phase 1 and phase 2. Now phase 2 is proving to be... I might just practice phase 2... Wait. A bit more before we jump in, because phase 2 is really messy at the moment, especially with how the interactions work. Can I actually practice phase 2 separately? Because that would be nice. I can. Thank you, game. Oh, wait, I entered with... You know what, never mind. We're just gonna parry anyway, so it doesn't matter. I entered with my tank set, not the recommended pad set. He seems to do the same move at the start always, so that might be easier to deal with than I think. And after that, after this move, he always backs off and lets the eagle take precedence. I'm a bit disappointed in myself for getting hit by these, because they are technically just phase 1 moves. And that move is something I need to learn. I get hit by it always. And I'll need to get the timing down for the stab move, because I'm getting hit by that one a lot as well. For the eagle, strafing seems to be the way to go, because it's a lot more... Oh, Murong just standing there behind me menacingly. Because it seems a lot safer than just trying to counter all these attacks. You can just strafe away from all these. Shoot, and then on to the eagle again. Yeah, just do a constant strafe, and you can pretty much just avoid all the cannon fire. Don't dodge back. I think it's surprisingly sturdy too. I can't imagine speedrunners in any way or form taking care of the wooden eagle first, as opposed to Murong. If there was a way to get rid of the wooden eagle easily, maybe, but I'm not aware if there is a way. Yeah, trying to... It is possible to just spam it and block it, but it's safer to just run. It's easier to deal with, and you kind of don't need to lower the chi for the wooden eagle anyways. It does help because it gives you more of an opportunity to attack Murong if the eagle is staggered. It's a double attack. Probably need to get this down on Abyss first before I try to learn her patterns. He's still stuck on the Mikha, huh? Okay. What's that? Mikha Moltres or Shikigami. Yeah, this was what I was trying to tell you before. Her phase 2 is very messy because it's a double fight. A duo gank, I guess. I'll just try to clear it on Abyss first and then try to get the no-hit, because I still need a lot more practice on phase 2. I'm not doing it well enough. So the poison divine craft is kind of overpowered. Didn't imagine. Okay, nope. We're restarting. I'm not getting hit by the first attack. I need to get the timing down for that stab. It annoys me. I took the risk, but it was not worth it. I was hoping to stagger her. I'm getting hit a little too much here. Yep. That was a really bad attempt. I also need to remind myself to use my mystic arts, because I'm not using those at all. Yeah, I'm buffing poison because the way the divine craft works is that once I activate it before I enter, as long as we are in battle, it will automatically activate afterwards. too early. And this is why poison is so overpowered. The amount of chi damage it does is just amazing. So let me get a sip while the cutscene plays. Now I might need to pause it, my water bottle's almost empty. I honestly really feel like they're making a reference to Sephiroth with this fight. Just the fact that she has a long weapon, and her moves having multiple slashes, and then the fire thing. It reminds me so much of the Sephiroth. The wooden eagle though, that's unique. That's unique. Okay, now can we actually get it on Abyss without dying? I'm trying not to heal. Although I think I have like 200 healing pots or something. I was almost reminded of the God of War theme for a second there. Just for a second. Seeing a lot of other games in this fight. Left and then right. Left, please. Thank you. Right. I knew the pattern, I still got hit. Back off. I'm dying. Yep. I knew it. I knew from that setup that I was about to die. He's missing for some reason. It almost felt like she countered because I threw my sword, she countered with her own. It was kind of funny. I don't want to get a hit on phase 1. We really need to get it down. So, and the twin blades are just so overpowering. She's staggering so much. The problem with learning only the parries is that I don't quite know a good pattern on how to DPS properly. Oh, come on. Why are we getting hit with just the basic attack? Again? I mean, I know the reason why, because the actual parry timing for that is very early. Oh, I wasn't able to stagger her. That was quick. Yeah, if you don't immediately parry the moment you see her raise her blade behind her back, the parry is not working. Don't know why I'm restarting, because I still need to practice phase 2 a lot more. Oh, come on. left and then right. I kind of want to attack Murong, but the game auto locked onto the eagle. Ah, wow. No, wow. Ah, that was amazing. He had no health, and the game just went to the wooden eagle to just mess that run up. Otherwise, it would have actually gotten a good abyss clear, even if it wasn't a no-hit. Shin Godzilla, I actually haven't. If it's a specific one, then I don't think I have. Let me check this out. Shin Godzilla. Okay, yeah, it is a specific one. I have watched some of the Godzilla movies, but I don't believe I've actually watched this one. Wait, no. Okay, you're talking about the 2016 one. Yes, I have actually watched this one. It's the recent one that I have not watched. Isn't this a different one from Godzilla? Godzilla, a variation of Godzilla. Okay, I watched the 2016 one, but not this. The 2019 one, which seems to be an Evangelion crossover. Yeah, -1 I have not watched. The 2016 one I have watched. Are you reminded of something in Shin Godzilla from the boss fight? Yeah. And the one thing with any Godzilla movie, right? Especially the older ones, is you're basically there for that wild ride. There are some of Godzilla movies with intriguing plot lines, but a lot of us here are just here for the special effects and the monsters just going ham. But just if it's the 2016 one, it's a bit of an unexpected twist. They do hint to it a bit early on. If you're, I guess it's a hindsight thing. From some of the things he says and does, but otherwise. And to be honest, it's been so long since I watched that, I'm not even sure I'm remembering correctly. Oh, we're getting hit there. That is, I think, the main gimmick of Shin Godzilla. They made the concept of Shin Godzilla so that it transforms over time, and I think that's the reason why he actually appears in Ultraman too, and maybe even the Evangelion crossover. But I've not watched that one, so. Like they wanted to put a little twist to the design and surprise people with the transformations or the mutations, I guess.
事已至此，不必多说。
Oh, too early. It almost feels like it's desync slightly, but let me very quickly go to my sources and adjust my PS5 here. It might flicker for a bit or just freeze. There we go. Should be okay now. Is it still acting weird? Not entirely sure what's going on here. Xenomorphs birth out of tail. How did it go? I think I remember looking this up much later after the film, and I believe the way the story goes is that Godzilla actually realizes that it's almost a very Final Fantasy thing here, Final Fantasy and Omega thing here. In Final Fantasy, Omega actually realizes the power of humanity and takes on the form of humans in one of the variations, right? 14, I mean. It's the same thing with Shin Godzilla and the tail. And his final mutation in that film is him actually supposedly transforming into a human because he realized that humanity might be top dog on the food chain. That's how I remember like looking that up to see what was happening, and people were theorizing that, hey, it's probably just humans rather than xenomorphs per se.
是你篡改了图纸，是你要阻挠男，事已至此，不必多说。
Oh, wow, she did it. Oh, okay. My rats must have still been kind of messed up there, because whenever she goes into her counter stance, I don't usually attack, but my pet rats must have been attacking there. Oh, did you link? Okay, it might be Seribot. It's okay. You can DM me if you want. I'll check it out in DMs, because that's probably an easier way to do it. Or just drop it in Discord. That works too. Let me go back to Twitch, see. Because there's been a rise of bots and spam recently, so I've actually switched up a lot of the stuff to be blocking a lot of the other stuff. No, I didn't make a Discord, but I should still be in the older Discord. If you want to just send me a DM there. Oh. I am nowhere near popular enough or widespread enough to make a Discord. And to be very honest, I feel like the task of actually moderating a Discord with a lot of people is something a little too beyond me. Hey, that Todd frightened me soon.
你要阻挠男，不必多说。
Don't quite know why my attacks weren't working there. Left and then right.
去。
Oh wow, she has super armor doing that move. I wasn't aware of that. Is she running away? Yep, she's running away.
去。
Ow. The delay. That actually threw me off. I always forget that when the bird is doing the double slap, it's actually a very delayed second strike, and that gets me a lot. Incidentally, let me see. In Godzilla 2016 Gale mutation. Well, I'm not seeing the actual thing, but the first thing, even on the search assist here, from Wikizilla, is that in Shin Godzilla, the tail mutation leads to the emergence of humanoid creatures at the end of the film, which are considered part of Godzilla's evolution into a fifth form. The transformation signifies a new phase in Godzilla's adaptation and response to humanity. But wait, was not what I was thinking. Okay. Humanity. Yeah. Suggesting that he was in the process of evolving into an army of human-like forms that were capable of combating humanity. But yeah, it does seem to be the same. Well, what we were theorizing about earlier, that the final transformation scene is just him taking on the form of humans to actually combat humans. So let me very quickly get out of this and go get myself a bottle of water because I am so thirsty. Be right back. right, and back. Got myself a bottle of water. It took me a while because I was talking to a friend about We Rising. I love that game, by the way. It is one of the most fun ARPGs I've ever played in a while. It's a very good. Not only is it a very good ARPG, it's a very good crafting game. Especially when you get to endgame, they've added so much quality of life to it that I kind of wish a lot of other games took note of what they were doing. Because at the end, once you reach endgame, you have the ability to automate a lot of the stuff that happens in your base and the bosses and everything. Just chef tips. If you haven't tried it, try V Rising. I'm not sponsored, by the way. But yeah, I had a lot of fun of it. It has a lot of Castlevania content too. It's been like a really, really long time since we had a good vampire game. Even the latest Bloodlines was kind of meh. It was okay, just not as interesting as the original. And I personally feel like the VR Vampire the Masquerade game was a lot more fun to play. Anyhow, back to Murong. Right now, I'm not focusing on doing a no-hit run as much as just trying to clear it on Abyss. We'll see what happens afterwards.
是你要阻挠男，事已至此，不必多说。
Oh, I went right through her. What an odd angle to get hit by. I was a little too close there. Ah, come on. Really? Oh, Murong's attacking me. Okay, I think I might have aggroed her. Okay, this is a very bad situation. Yeah, because she's actually attacking. Nope. No, wait, she backed off. That was weird. You really should avoid attacking Murong after she does her combos, because it just gets really messy otherwise. Not what I was expecting, but hey. It happened. You always find something weird when you're trying to no-hit bosses in this game, right? There's always just something that makes you go like, hey, I really need to figure this out before I can do this. At least our first phase is pretty easy, all things considered.
是你要阻挠男，事已至此，不必多说。 I don't think I've ever been that aggressive before. And
Now that I realize it, the cutscene last time actually was slightly skipped for some reason.
去。
Oh, come on. What?
气术到。礼乐灭息，圣人饮服，莫术仙。去。去。
What? Entire nation. That didn't feel right at all. Excuse me? Oh, I got caught by the feint. Wow, I actually managed to get that timing down considerably. Wait a minute, am I not on Abyss? Is that why it's so easy? We didn't get... Oh wait, I have to clear an Abyss without taking damage. That was an Abyss clear. I was too confused for a second when I didn't get proc anything. Yeah, that was an Abyss clear. We got 40 finally. 40 legend bosses defeated. Oh boy, I'll probably need to practice a lot more to actually do this. On phase 2 properly. And this is one of my favorite spots in the game, which is why whenever I'm entering a trial, I'll always head over here, or I'll head over to the bamboo abode, which is quite peaceful by itself. The floor expands beyond. This area and this area are like two of the most beautiful areas in the game. That's why whenever I'm doing trial runs, I'll probably be just hanging around in one of those places. I'll, like, if I'm even speaking in sec chat, it's most likely that I'm hanging around in this area on multiplayer too. Speaking of which, Calyx, did you figure out what happened to the tail? Because I'm still banking on that theory on it being Godzilla just evolving into humans. But yeah, the flower expanse over here is also a very beautiful spot. Like, I give the game a lot of flack for not being optimized properly, but it does have very nice vistas. And you can tell some sort of frame generation is running over there too. They're doing like lower frame rates for distant objects to make it run smoother, but you can see the ghosting on that character, and it's even visible on your own character in places like these, because these are a lot of particles. And when I'm running around, you can kind of tell like there's a bit of ghosting happening. I don't think this is... It might... I'm not sure whether it's FSR or DLSS. And so far as I know, this is their own proprietary tech. Oh, the tail is part of a xenomorph. Well, considering that one of the many origins for Godzilla is that it is alien in nature. I think that would make for an interesting crossover in its own. It has potential. Now you just gotta float it to the people, to the producers about it. But yeah, do I want to do the trial for tonight or just call it? It's almost 11 p.m., right? Yeah, it's only 1 minute to 11 p.m. I'll do, you know what? I'll do one practice session for phase 2 because I feel like I need to learn phase 2 a lot more, or at least get the pattern down in phase 2 a lot more before I can do a no hit here. And all of my the remaining challenges on Murong Yuan is just basically not get hit at all. It comes down to that. You're for the entire week? That sounds like suffering. Well, unless you like midnight shifts. In some cases, midnight shifts are nice because there aren't as many people that you need to deal with. Especially if you work in the airport and there are barely any flights that are landing for the night. All night on standby. Big screen. Yeah, I worked at the airport some time back too, before I went to uni. And yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. A lot of us either slept or just played video games or watched movies. The Shawshank Redemption and Godzilla. Oh, so that's why you were watching movies. I'll be honest, I still have not watched The Shawshank Redemption. So I've heard of it so many times, but I have no clue as to why people like that movie. Well, at least you get your movie time in, which is nice. Hey, the silver lining of midnight shifts. It's a 10-10. Huh. Okay, you know what? Now I need to look this up. Shawshank Redemption. There's even a 2 for this. It's rated very highly. It's 99 out of 100, 9.3 on IMDb. It ends way too good. Well, if it ends way too good, you know somebody out there is going to be like, hey, let's make a 2 so that we can get people to watch this, consume this. All right, time to put that on the list. Notepad. Shawshank Redemption. Please don't attack me. Look, ow. Yeah, I'm taking down recommendations of anything people are saying to watch. The endless backlog. True. Well, right now my backlog, at least for Western stuff, is basically this as a movie and the Akira Kurosawa films, because I haven't watched all of those as well. Oh, and The Expanse. I've been going through that second seasons at your recommendation. It's not as interesting as the first, but it's getting there. I think it's around the 5th season they stopped showing this on Netflix, so I have a lot to catch up. But other than that, the other recommendation that I've actually gotten from a friend is to read a manga called, what is it? Gamaran. Well, not a manga, a manhwa. So that's also in the backlog. But yeah, to be honest, unless I'm not someone who watches movies or plays video games at work, because I feel it's a bit weird. And my manager is just like, if you don't have any work, just go home, do something else, or learn something. So yeah, and with my backlog, it's more like all these games on the list, on the docket here. Like, I still want to play Lost Soul Aside, even though I haven't actually... I think I booted it up only once just to stream it for a bit, like 2 hours, and I haven't gotten back to it. I do like my action games, so even if it's not the best game, I'll probably go back to this. and we have Steel Expedition to finish with the DLC Silk Song. The backlog is growing, and there's not enough time to finish. I mean, yeah, to be fair, our circumstances are very different. In your case, it is the lecture room, so you might as well do it. In my case, I'm in an office cubicle, and I am directly in front of the door to the entrance, and right in front of the entrance is a meeting room. So if I bust out anything, a PSP, a PS Vita, even an emulating Game Boy stuff that's gotten popular recently, everyone who's walking through that door for random meetings that happen all throughout the day is gonna see me. So I don't really want to do that. And you know how it is with video games over here. The moment people know you like to game a lot in a corporate setting, you know, they give you weird looks. There is a culture, especially among the younger workers, where it's very accepted, right? It's been interesting to see the influx of new interns and new people joining, because they're constantly talking about video games and manga. I've even seen them watch anime on breaks, or sometimes when the work has died down, I'll be passing just by their tables and I can see some of them just scrolling through manhwa and everything. So the taboo is not as much there. I feel like now, like, even higher ups don't look down on it as much, and there is a bit of respect there. But somehow, because I'm of an older generation, I still feel like that applies a bit more to me. I still feel a bit conscientious about it, right? Because these guys, they have like figures of various anime characters on their desk and everything. Like, there's even a Souls character holding out a sword in one of their desks. Yep, that's true. But I think the lemon has been that, okay, I'm gonna sound like old man yells at cloud, or old man just yelling. A lot of the competitive tournaments here have been very mobile based, right? That's one of the reasons why a lot of us are not. That's not to say it's not working, because I feel like there is a push to get that. The other thing that is standing out is, well, FIFA tournaments are always there, but Tekken has been taking a bit of a stride over here as well, interestingly enough. Wow, I'm totally messing this up. Is it because I'm staggered? Is that why I'm not able to parry that? Alright, no worries, Calix. Thanks for dropping by and chatting as always. Have a good movie night. If you get any other good movies, drop me a line over here so that I can add them onto my backlog notepad right here. And you know what? I don't know where you're going, but stay safe, right? It's kind of messy out there. Now, everyone's getting sick and everything. Like the haze and all that I was talking about before. You know what? I'm gonna restart just so that we can get that initial pattern down. I don't quite know why I can't parry this one. I really wish we could adjust the graphic settings on console, because I'll take lowering the resolution or the particle effects to get a smoother experience. Oh, that's why I'm sort of messing it up. I'm expecting her to do the pullback with the sword, but she's actually doing a single attack. Ow. The delay. I still have poison on. Well, not that it matters as much in practice. I need to take a look at that tell too, because I can't decide whether she's gonna do the delayed 1-2 or the pullback on the slam, the stab, the slam. Ow! And I should make a mental note to change target after that attack, because it's always the eagle after that one. If you're gonna do a no-hit, I'm gonna have to get used to all of this weirdness. I can't instinctively tell that the tell for that is slightly different. It might be the arm in the front as opposed to the arm in the back. Yeah, her arm is in the front as opposed to the back. I do feel like I need a bit of luck for this fight, though. But yeah, it's 11 p.m. on my end, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to call it for the night. Still have work tomorrow and all. If anyone else is watching, take care and good night. I am actually just gonna go wait for my sibling to come home, because she'd be home in a bit, and then just call it for the day. I might do the sect stuff before I call it, though, in game, but that's kind of boring, right? Like just doing this all, so I'll just do it off stream. But yeah, wherever you are, stay safe, and here's Mikha signing off. Good night, everyone.